It's Thursday night, and you know what that means? Just About Outside Radio Show live on the air, live on Facebook, live on YouTube. As always, share the link, share the love. And as always, you got Mark, you got Keisha. And Keisha, I don't know about you, but I am excited for this weekend. I think I can safely say, for both of us, it might be our most favorite holiday weekend of the entire year for different reasons.
Yo, what's up, outsiders? What's up, Mark? Let me tell you something. This is rare times where we have a lot of things crammed in together, right?
Right.
I mean, it is definitely one of my favorite times of year as well. But as a Gemini, okay, for those who don't know, I am a Gemini.
Oh, no.
And
Any sentence that you
had,
start off like that, I know something wild is coming up.
I got that angel on one side, I got that demon on the other side, and this weekend they both get to come out and play. I'll just say that much.
On the same day.
On the same day. Oh man, I gotta tell you, I have really been enjoying the memes this year. And for those who do not know what we're referring to, we are referring to the absolute epic holiday of 420, coinciding with the religious holiday of Easter, right?
Yeah.
And if do not allow your inner self to be in turmoil. Okay, I am telling you guys, embrace this in every way possible. There is nowhere does it state that you can't worship and get high as hell the same day.
Right. Yeah. Now, let me just throw something on top of that for you, because this is why it's like my favorite holiday, quote unquote, weekend. It's WrestleMania weekend. So, on Sunday, people are going to be getting pizza, wings, and going crazy with WrestleMania while also partaking.
That's just like a cherry on top, right?
Right.
I love it. And like I said, dude, I'm not going to call myself an apostle or a preacher or anything, but Keisha says, do not let thee be in turmoil. Partake, party, and worship. And if we want to talk about the pizza and everything, indulge.
There you go.
Feel all the feels. I mean, for those who have participated in the Lenten season, it felt like it was just a little bit longer than normal this year. You deserve it.
Wow.
So get her done.
I mean, I know you gave up something for Lent, and you usually do.
Yeah, and, I did. I gave up this year. I gave up.
It had to have lasted forever, it seemed, and I think it's because of probably about the same as 8 years ago.
Yeah. I think I got into I was about 24 days in. I took a look at the calendar, and I literally said out loud, "WTF?" I'm like halfway through this. Oh man! So, as in tradition, there will be a lot of folks out there on Friday frying up fish, cooking dinners. If you are fortunate enough to have access to that, please take advantage, man. Because you know what? The good thing about this holiday, and then with the 420, it's really about fellowship and coming together. And like I said, if you are fortunate enough to have access to that, man, it's such crazy times right now. It's a good time to lean on family. It's a good time to lean on friends.
Yeah.
You know, it's a good time to also give yourself grace, which is something I personally have been working on and learning. And, man, I mean, you know, it also coincides with spring, which to me signifies new beginnings, man. So, like, seriously, embrace this holiday for everything that it was intended. You know, I implore everybody, like, please do. We live in a time where mental health is very important.
Yes.
And now not only do we have to worry about mental health, but we are worrying about financial health. You know, lean on your friends, lean on your family, lean on anybody, lean on your neighbor, and you know, be that person that it's the best way I could put it, instigates change out there.
Yeah. And you know, I mean, I
Okay,
know you mean lean on people like in a supportive way, but I'm going to say lean on your representatives too. But I mean lean as in putting
my
on
man,
pressure.
my man.
Because
Go for it. Go hard, Mark. Come with it, brother.
if you don't like the way things are going on in this world, if you want to enact change, that's the way to do it. These people are here to represent you. So make them represent you. Make your voice heard.
Thank you so much, man. I love that. We are always lightning and thunder. Y'all compliment each other so well. So we're going to step off our soapbox and step into the realm of sports. What's going on around town? Yesterday, I had the pleasure of hooking up with our beloved sports bae, Jana Brooks. We got together and went to an Orioles game, and it was Bark in the Park night, which is one of the most popular theme nights at Camden Yards every year.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's so crazy because Jane and I, this is our second year in a row going together. So, you know, we were talking last night, like, hey, this might be our thing, you know. And you know, I was walking around. I mean, when you're a Birdland member and when you go to as many games as I do, like, seriously, legit, this is no bullshit. Me not, you know, talking shit or anything like that. Camden Yards is like a second home to me.
Yeah.
Okay, Camden Yards is the type of ballpark where if you're there enough times, you know, if you smile at enough people, if you hug and joke enough, these people will never forget you. Okay, so you know, especially walking around that first tier, there were a lot of things. If you don't mind me talking for a few minutes about my visit yesterday, because there were a few things I want to touch on.
Preach.
Right, first thing is Walk in the Park, like I said, which is one of the most popular theme nights at Camden Yards. Everybody gets to bring their dog. The barbecue area slash area where all the statues are. They have all types of activities and stations set up where you can take pictures with your dog and everything. And, you know, as I was walking through, I was talking to some of my regulars, my favorite bartenders, my favorite concession stand attendees. And, you know, I'm telling them that me and Jane are, you know, out here and we're really excited for Bark in the Park. And everybody had the same question. They're like, okay, where's your dog? And I'm like, what? We don't have any pets. Neither one of us has pets. But, you know, we come here to get our little pet fix. For real. Because for the most part, the dogs are friendly. Because, I mean, if your dog is not friendly and if your dog bites, like, seriously, and if your dog is unruly, don't bring your fucking dog to the park.
Right.
Man, like, and, you know, Jane and I talked about this last night. There's always one incident. And, you know, shout out to Camden Yard staff because they're always prepared. They're always, you know, happy. I don't know how they do it every year, but they, you know, it's a good event.
Yeah.
But there's always one dog that wants to show its little tail. And this year was no different. I can't remember what inning it was. I want to say like possibly the second or third inning. It was when, okay, so for those of you that do not know, Jackson Holiday had a grand slam last night. Oh,
Yep.
first of all, Orioles won 9-1. It was a great game to watch. But Jackson Holiday hit a grand slam. And for the handful of people that was at that stadium last night, because it was a little chilly and windy, the entire ballpark just exploded.
Nice.
Okay, and dogs do have a tendency to not like loud noises, sudden, loud noises. I mean,
Yeah.
we talk about the fireworks during the holidays and things of that nature. But man, when the ballpark erupted, there was this one dog that had to be carried out. God bless it. God bless the dog, because I felt so bad. But the dog was literally screaming at the top of its lungs, and it sounded like a human being. Like, it was so insane. This dog is screaming, and everybody went from cheering. Like, you could legit see everyone's face, everybody's thought process. So everybody's cheering and high-fiving, and then it's like, what the hell is happening? Everybody was like shocking into like complete silence, and this poor dog was just having an absolute fit. Carried the dog out. I'm pretty sure they gave it a pup cup, because there were plenty of those lying around.
Yeah.
And some treats. But yeah, man. I mean, it was just barking the park is a lot of fun, especially if you have a four-legged baby or you love the four-legged babies as much as I do. It's a great way to watch the ball game with your dog.
So, like, because I haven't been on Bark at the Park night, so like, are the dogs throughout the entire stadium? Is there like a certain section?
No, and I think this is, like I said, the Orioles, they handle it really well. It is legit from, when you first walk in, and then you have that area where they do like the cookouts for the large groups and things like that. That little area with the picnic tables and whatnot.
Yep.
And then it's like right next to that, you have all of the statues where everybody likes to take pictures. It starts from there, and I believe it went down to, let me see here, to about the 70s section. So, it's a pretty big space.
Yeah.
Because, you got to have enough space for the dogs to walk around and not be like all on top of each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anybody that had a ticket for Bark at the Park, you sat in that area. And, one of my favorite things about the night is, at Camden Yards, we had what we call the Simba Cam. So, I can't remember, probably at the end of the 5th or 6th inning, they do the Simba Cam, and normally what people do is they hold their babies up, like in Lion King, they play the Circle of Life.
Yeah.
But at Bark in the Park night, they do the Simba Cam, and everybody holds up their dogs, and we were legit one section over from the last section of Bark at the Park, and there was this guy with this huge white dog, okay? And, every time something happened, every time this owner stood up, you could just see the absolute dread in the dog's face, because this man picked up this huge fucking dog at least 5 times in an attempt to get on camera, to get on the Jumbotron. Christ almighty. He lifted the dog up for the Simba Cam, and every time you could just see the dog fighting for its life. Like, man, what the hell? But, and the man never made it onto the Jumbotron. I felt really bad for him, but, man, I mean, it's just a lot of fun, lots of sights, lots of laughs, and, it's there's something to be said about animals and how we as humans relate to them, and in a lot of instances, it's therapeutic, man.
Yeah.
We just talked about, mental health, dealing with a whole lot of different things. I mean, the amount of smiles and friendliness and everything. I mean, it's already an enjoyable place to be, but it was on overload. And that's type of, I mean, and when I say overload, it was a good overload. Man, I mean, you could legit feel the love between everybody and these animals. And it was just like, just having them in the presence at the ball game just made everybody feel good and made everything better, man. So it is definitely one of my favorite theme nights at Camden Yards. And they don't just do it here. If you're listening and then you're in a different area, I believe just about every major league team participates in at least one Bark at the Park. And I guess because it's such a hit here at Camden Yards, they have another one coming up.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, Wednesday, May 28th. Unfortunately, the ticket packages are already sold out. You might be able to find something third party if you're interested. But yeah, I mean, Bark at the Park, presented by Dogsters. It's really a good look and a lot of fun, man. And definitely something that you should experience at least once if you are here in 410. Big shout out to the Orioles.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. We got the game going tonight. We are still in a series with the Cleveland Guardians. It's the bottom of the third inning, and Guardians are up right now, 2-1. But I'm expecting the Orioles to pull this one out, man. I mean, It's been rough for the Orioles, a rough start to the season, but you know, I'm expecting them to get things together. I mean, I'm hoping they've got to get things together, like pull it together sooner rather than later, because you wanna stay within an earshot of the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
And you know, as more time progresses, the harder it is. So, like I said, sooner rather than later, let's get this thing together, guys. I mean, we talked last week. We have a couple of winnable series ahead of us. Let's take advantage.
Yep. Hell yeah.
All right. The other thing that I wanted to talk about, Mark, about with Camden Yards and me walking around on this first tier yesterday.
Uh-huh.
I did. Okay, one of it. Most people know, especially if you've gone to games with me multiple times, one of my game day traditions is to go to Jimmy's Famous and get the crab egg rolls. Okay? So, you know, yesterday all day I'm sitting at work. My mouth is fixed for a crab egg roll. Okay? Meet up with Jana. We walk through dog and, you know, walk at the park. We play with the dogs, you know, everything. I'm feeling great. I get to the area, and lo and behold, there is no Jimmy's Famous. And Jana is like, haven't you heard? And Mark, you know me. I was like, haven't I heard what? I'm like, are they in a different section now? You know, I'm like, where do we need to go? You know, I'm like legit standing in the middle of the floor, people going past, and I'm like, all right, so where we got to go to get these egg rolls? She's like, they're gone. I legit screamed out, no!
Wow.
They are gone. There actually have been several changes to concessions at Camden Yards.
Yeah.
I don't know how I didn't know about this. I have to admit, Mark, I did not know. And, you know, apparently everybody was just as shocked as I was when the news came down the pike, because very recently, it might even have been last year or the year before last, we had best concessions in all of the major leagues.
Yeah.
So it was really baffling to me to see the new setup. Dude, I actually started to look around like my surroundings. I didn't even recognize where the fuck I was standing, dog. Like, I mean, it was nuts. Like, everything kind of like the realization came all at once.
Really?
You know, I don't even know how to explain it. It just seems like to me that they got up with a food group which was called Brick and Whistle Food Company.
Yeah.
Okay, so this food group is responsible for some local favorites here in Baltimore. Adam's Deli, which is there, the local fry, which is there, and then they have they still have Rita's. They weren't gonna mess that up. They still have Rita's. But they also have officially gone all in with Squire's Pizza, which is kind of a big deal here in Baltimore. Founded in 1920. They've been around forever. But there were some pleasant surprises, I'll say. Okay? And my first and most favorite present surprise was the addition of Turkey Hill.
Really?
Yes. Okay. They have a soft serve location, and they also they have several soft serve locations, and one hand dipped location where you can buy pints and things like that. I thought that was pretty cool.
Nice.
And then let's see here. Oh yeah. Also, I sat in section 71. This was in section 68, right outside my section. And this is also locally owned. Donut shop, made to order mini donuts for the fat kid in all of us. And so, a lot of changes, but, you either love it or you hate it. I mean, me, who's like kind of, I guess you could say brown loyal and gets kind of stuck on things. Like, seriously, I was really pissed off about these egg rolls. So pissed and so defeated that Jane was like, hey, we can go somewhere after the game to get the egg rolls. I'm like, it's okay.
I was going to say, Jimmy's is open late. You could head down to Jimmy's after the game.
Yeah, trust me, she was trying to do that. And I was like, Jane, it's okay. I'll manage to get the damn egg rolls another way on another day. But, a lot of changes, but I do believe they will remain competitive and also remain one of the major league's favorites when it comes to eats around the league. So, great experience at Camden Yards. For those who are, Camden Yards faithfuls, lots of changes this year. Get out there and enjoy some of these new eats. And, also, Mark, I'm looking forward to, I'm going to make it my goal this year because I got at least 15, 20 games I'm going to.
Yeah.
To bounce around and try some of the new stuff, and maybe that will be a new segment for JABO, maybe once or twice a month.
Okay. Got to think
maybe
of a
we
name.
Can do something, and maybe I'll do something like really cute, like a little video montage or like a collage, something like that, where we can play and give some of our fans and our listeners, an idea of what the new stuff is like.
Definitely.
I think that'll be cool.
Hell yeah. I got to think of a good name for that segment, though.
Yeah. We'll brainstorm about that. I mean, we're definitely going to be partaking on Sunday, so who knows what type of brainstorming will come from that.
And by partaking, she means in watching WrestleMania. Yes.
All right. Let's keep it going. What do we have next on our menu? Let's see here. So we got Barker Park, took care of that, concessions. Orioles are doing good. Oh, yes. Let's talk about this WNBA draft. Our last show, we talked about the mock drafts. We talked about, we gave our thoughts and feelings on, what the Mystics would do. Mark gave a great scenario for what the Mystics should do. And, we had the draft, and things pretty much went as we wanted to, but there was one pick that was kind of surprising. I mean, would you say surprising? I would say surprising.
Yeah, and I don't even know if surprising is the word I would use, nor disappointing. Just shocking. Shocking is the I think.
Okay, yeah, I think shocking is definitely a better word. And I was trying to refrain from saying disappointing because I don't want to take away from Miss Georgia more.
Yeah.
But because I don't want to put a negative spin on it, because guess what, you guys? Everybody's saying the Mystics had one of the best drafts of the league that night.
Yeah.
And I think that, to me, was more... I mean, to hear that from so many different sources might have been as surprising as the draft picks, or shocking, we should say, as the draft picks. Mark, we talked a little bit offline the night of the draft. How about you just tell the outsiders just a little bit about, the comments that you made and your thoughts and feelings on the first three picks of the first round.
Oh, the first three picks?
Yeah.
I think
you know what I mean by that, the lack of selection for sellers.
Okay, well, yeah. The Mystics had 3 of the first 6 picks in the draft, and I think a lot of people thought Mystics should have taken Sellers. Not just because she's from the area, and it would be a great way to bring in those Maryland fans to watch the Mystics, but also because I do think she would have complemented their team pretty well. A lot of mock drafts had her, probably in the first 7 or 8 positions. So definitely a top 10 player, a first rounder for sure.
Yeah.
And she fell all the way to the 5th pick of the second round, which...
And that's shocking as well, right?
Yeah, that's just wild to me.
And when something happens like that, I can't help but wonder if there's something going on behind the scenes.
Right.
About, not just about the skill set of the player. Let me be very careful when I pick my words here. Let's just call it, how about we call it external factors?
Yeah.
I can't help but wonder, because you guys, when these draft picks, when it's draft time and everything like that, you have better believe it's not just about your skill set. There are other factors that come into play that make you appealing to organizations, or unappealing to organizations. The
Right.
one thing is for sure is that, her skill set, she was a first round draft pick. I mean, she is a first round draft pick. But I totally agree with you, Mark. I mean, just shocked that, second round, 5th pick, that's one hell of a drop.
Yeah. And she got picked up by the expansion team, Golden State Valkyries. Which, I mean, they've picked up some vets through, like, the free agency stuff. But I get the feeling not a lot of people expect them to do too well just because they're an expansion team. Which you kind of feel bad for her.
Yeah, and, not only do I feel bad, but, can I say this? I'm kind of side-eyeing the Mystics organization, because this is now 2 years in a row where you had an opportunity to show that local love.
Yeah.
And to strengthen that bond. and you passed up on it both times. Man, I don't know what's up with that. I'm not sure. I mean, I love the draft picks. I love the direction that the misses are going, but I am side eyeing them for that.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know what's up with that, but I do believe maybe in the next month or so, some more will come out about Sellers and why she fell so far down in the draft. But
I can't imagine what it would be like. Everyone talked pretty well of her at Maryland, so
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. As a matter of fact, do we have any comments about this? I mean, is Harry on there? Because he usually hears things and does a pretty good job of keeping up with all of the quote unquote gossip.
No, nothing yet.
Okay, all right, no problem. But one of the biggest things of the night for me was with the second pick, number 4. Kiki Irefin.
Yes.
Oh gosh, I mean, this young lady really came through, representing her Nigerian heritage, and I mean, just gorgeous, classy, and you know what? As a matter of fact, this year's draft class, last year's draft class, I really have to tip my hat off to them because they are a classy group of young ladies, wonderful role models for our young girls out here, and for for all kids. I'm not even gonna put it on just one. For all kids.
Hell yeah.
They have continued. Last year's draft class, I feel like, set the tone, and this year, they picked up the torch and they're ready to continue the class, the respect that they deserve. Because please believe, these girls aren't going back down.
Right.
Just like last year. Last year there was a lot of there was much to do about, respect, young bloods versus veterans. I fully expect for that dynamic to continue with this year's rookie class. Man, they're fearless. They know their worth, they know their skill set, and I'm just extremely proud of this young group of girls. Extremely proud.
So, if you had to pick one favorite pick out of that draft, which I mean, a lot of it went by the book, by what everyone expected, but if there's one pick that you had to say was your favorite, which one would it be?
Out of the whole entire draft?
Sure, if you want to go.
Or just for the Mystics?
The whole draft, all teams.
Ooh, that's a tough one. How about this? Give me like 30 seconds to chew on that, and you let me know what yours is.
All right, mine. It's actually a little bit connected back to Baltimore, but
sure,
not entirely. But I think one of the best secret picks in the first round was number 11, Haley Van Lith, going to Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
Because Haley with Angel is going to be wild.
Yeah, and you know what? It might not be my absolute favorite, but to me, that was the most explosive.
Right.
Because if you follow women's college basketball, you know that tandem, that was, they were pretty solid. And not only it's like a relinking, like people, the fans are excited, but dude, the way that Angel Reese, just came through with the tweets or the X's or whatever the fuck they call them these days. I mean, you could just really see how excited she was to reunite with this player, and I love to see that as well.
As much as people like to talk bad about Angel being like too aggressive or whatever like that, Haley is pretty damn aggressive on the court too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So, they will definitely be matching each other's vibes on the court this season. Because my girl Haley Van Lith don't take no shit. So, like I said, last season there were a lot of dust-offs between the young bloods and the veterans. And let me tell you one thing. These two both know how to back each other up or back their teammates up.
Right.
So I'm expecting some more little chopping it up, a little aggressiveness in the upcoming games, man, and it'll be great for the league and keep things exciting in the WNBA. I totally agree with you.
Hell yeah.
I think my favorite pick, though, I'm going to stick with it. With Kiki and the Mystics. The more that I read up and learn about her and watch, I've watched some of her highlights. I'm really excited for her and this pick. At the power forward and center position, the Mystics have had a lot of problems. Over the past couple of years. And I think this is a nice, strong, healthy start to the post-up part of the game. And she's going to be bringing a lot of flavor to the squad, man. I'm actually very excited to see, how these girls, come together, especially in the first month of play.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I really am. I really am. Okay, so took care of the WNBA. Let's circle around to the good old NBA. We had the play-in games over the past, what was it, last night? Past 2 nights?
Last few nights, yeah.
Yeah, past 2 nights. And we have our final play-in games going down tomorrow. And I would like for Mark and I to go talk about the 2 matchups for the 8 seeds in the East and West. The East matchup is between the Miami Heat and the Atlanta Hawks, and the West matchup is surprisingly, I'm fucking shocked. Surprisingly, with the Mavericks and the Grizzlies. So let's. Oh man, which one should we do first? Let's go ahead and just knock out the East first. I mean, it's the first game tomorrow night. First things first, man. Shocked? Not shocked that the Atlanta Hawks are still playing?
Kind of shocked, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, they got the better record than the Heat, but I don't think that means anything because they got thoroughly trounced last night.
Yeah. Do you think they have any chance of winning this game? Because I'm going to tell you, man, I was impressed with the way that he played. I did not think that they were going to beat the Chicago Bulls.
Right. Yeah, me neither, honestly.
And they look like they're on fire and they're ready to take, they're ready to enter this playoffs.
Yeah, I agree totally. Like the Heat, they played like they wanted it. I think coaching has a lot to do with them and how far they could go in the playoffs. I mean, being a play-in, you don't want to be in that position. You're probably not expected to go far. But the Heat, they do this every so often. Damn
near every year. We always forget about them. Then it's the playoffs, and it's just like
they're in the East Coast Finals.
Right? It's just like, oh shit. The only difference this year is that they do not have playoff Jimmy, and it's going to be interesting to see how they react to that.
Right. And the Hawks that lost the other night, they just didn't have the heat in their game.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah. Even. Gosh. All right. Well, let me ask you first. Who do you think is going to walk away victorious with this matchup?
Oh, the Heat for sure.
Heat for sure. Okay, because right now the odds are the Miami Heat are 1.5 point favorites. Over under 218.5. Just judging from what I saw, Mark, I gotta agree with you too. It's kind of hard to, even with the odds being so close, it's kind of hard to pick against the Heat. They just seem like the team that wants it more. And for these playing games, it's always the team with the bigger heart, that has more heart, the team that wants it more. And that is clearly evident with one of the teams that is involved in this West Coast matchup. And you know who I'm talking about. I mean, that's the Dallas Mavericks. Again, shocker.
Right.
Shocker. No Kyrie Irving, and no Luka Doncic. Yeah, we know. But me, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. Man, I have money on the Kings. Okay, I have money on the Kings to win, and I was thoroughly pissed off at the end of the game. I do not know what happened. But when I say heart, when I say hunger, man, the Dallas Mavericks and Anthony Davis, you could tell that they said something to them prior to this game, prior to them taking the floor, where, they just turned up, went Super Saiyan out there. I mean, again, another shocker, and I am not picking against the Dallas Mavericks on this game. I think that they can beat the Grizzlies.
I think they can, but will they?
We're on opposite sides of the ball with this one.
No, I wouldn't say opposite. I'd just say I think this is way more even of a game than the Eastern Conference game will be.
Yeah.
Both teams are hungry. Both teams showed they have what it takes to at least get past these playing games. The Grizzlies played the Warriors like demons, and I mean they came out in that second half and pulled closer. I don't think they took the lead, but it was a damn good game. They were playing their hearts out, and I think this is going to be a much harder game to call. I kind of want to go Grizzlies on this, honestly.
Okay. And, you talk about the second half of the Grizzlies play against the Golden State Warriors. The one thing, and I think that this is very unique to Dallas Mavericks, and in relation to the rest of the league, the one thing that the Dallas Mavericks do have that the Golden State Warriors do not have, and exposes them to risk, which is why they were able to pull a little bit closer in that second half, dude. This combination, we are going to be talking about this combination of Daniel Gafford and Anthony Davis. I'm trying to tell you guys, man, when it's going to be hard as hell to get baskets over top of these guys. You're not just dealing with one, but you are dealing with two very athletic, very aware, very defensive-minded, tall-ass players. And dare I say it, because it's the honest-to-God truth, Daniel Gafford is more athletic than Anthony Davis. Wow. We already know what Anthony Davis can do as far as blocks are concerned. He's one of the premier blockers in the league. He's one of the premier defenders in the league when he's healthy. Man, I mean, it's going to be tough for other teams. I think it's going to be extremely tough for the Memphis Grizzlies tomorrow. I do.
I think it's going to be a good game no matter what.
Yeah.
It's going to be a close game like that Warriors game.
Yeah, absolutely. And at the end of the day, that's all we really want, right?
Right.
All right. Oh, outsiders. Let me give you a quick score update for the Orioles. Orioles up 4-2, top of the fifth. We took control, taking control of that game. That's great. Mark, were there any last minute news or breaking news with WrestleMania?
Nothing breaking I can think of. I know.
Okay.
Kevin Owens, he had to pull out because of an injury, so he's not going to be having his match with Randy Orton. They've kind of released the cards already, what we're going to see on Saturday, what we're going to see on Sunday. For the casual fans, the lapsed fans, the people that don't watch all the time, you got Saturday and Sunday. Just enjoy WrestleMania. For the more hardcore people like myself, there's SmackDown tomorrow night. There's the Hall of Fame. Also, really late Friday night. I'll probably just watch that Saturday during the day. Also, during Saturday during the day is the NXT, the third brand, the developmental brand. Their Stand and Deliver WrestleMania weekend show. That's always a good one too. Just soak in the wrestling and get yourself some beers and some pizza and stuff, and just enjoy yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yes, do it.
And it's all on Peacock, so you got a Peacock subscription, you can already watch.
Hell yeah. Do we have any comments on the feed before we shut this thing down for the week?
Marsha Mosley says hello.
Hey, what's going on, Mom Dukes? What's poppin'? Always love when she tunes in. Is there anything else? Anything you wanted to put out there before we sign off for the night?
Nothing I can think of.
Okay. Baltimore, you know how we in this show spread love, yo. As we said earlier in the show, take advantage of this holiday weekend, man. It's not often where we get to combine two wonderful holidays. So, while you out there sharing the link and sharing that love, pass the joint to the left one time, and share the love that way as well.
Share your chocolate bunnies.
Hey, and for all my outsiders out there, anybody that wants to, hey, look, your favorite host loves a pop brownie. So, if you're so inclined, feel free to spread that love as well. As always, I'm Keisha, and on the other end of the line is my favorite slice of pizza, Mark, and we are just a bit outside. Peace.